Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson number 29. My name is Professor Robert. In today's lesson, we'll learn rationalization, rationalization of numerators with binomial square roots. Okay, let's dive into it. We'll look at two examples that will enable us to rationalize numerators with binomial square roots. Example number one, that is given root x plus h minus root x divided by h. Again, when we say rationalizing of numerators, we mean rationalizing or removing the root signs from the upper part of our expression. That's the numerator part. And we do that by multiplying the upper part of our expression by a conjugate. That is the same expression, only that it has a sign which is the reverse of what is existing here. So in this case, it will be root x plus h plus root x. And again, what you do to one part of a fraction, you must do the other. So you must also multiply the denominator by the same conjugate, x plus h plus root x. So then from here, we can use the distributive property to multiply out our values. And we can start with the first expression, root x plus h multiplied by root x plus h. That one will leave us with the x plus h. And then we multiply root x plus h by root x. So this one will be root, sorry, x plus h, x positive. And then we multiply the second term by root x minus root x by root x plus h. So this one will be minus root x plus h, x. And then finally, we multiply minus root x by root x. And this one will give us minus x. And all this will be over h multiplied by root xh, sorry, root x plus h plus root 2. Now, these two are similar but opposite, so they will cancel out. We have an x here and a negative x at the end, so the two will cancel out. And we are left with only h at the top. So the final result here will be h over h into root x plus h plus root 2. And of course, h will cancel out with this h. So the final answer will be 1 over root x plus h plus root 2. So we'll have removed the root signs from the numerator, and therefore we'll have rationalized the numerator with binomial square roots. All right, now let's look at another example. Let's look at another example. Let's suppose we have root 4 plus h minus 2, and this is divided by h. And we are told to rationalize the numerator, the upper part of our expression, which has binomial square roots. So that means we need to multiply the top expression by a conjugative or a conjugate. That is an expression similar to itself, only with the reverse sign. Instead of a negative, we should have a positive. So we multiply our initial expression by root 4 plus h plus 2. And what we do to one part of a fraction, we must do the same thing to the other part. So we also have to multiply h by root 4 plus h plus 2. So from here, we can then multiply out distributively our two polynomial expressions. So we can start with 4 plus h, root 4 plus h, multiplied by root 4 plus h. That will leave us with 4 plus h. And then root 4 plus h by 2, this will become plus 2 root 4 plus h. And then we'll multiply minus 2 by root 4 plus h. So this one will be minus 2 root 4 plus h. And then you'll have to multiply minus 2 by positive 2, which will give us negative 4. And all this will be divided by h multiplied by root 4 plus h plus 2. Again, now we need to simplify our expression here. This minus 2, this positive 2, same expression. And then we have a 4 and a negative 4. So we are left essentially with h at the top, and at the bottom we are left with h into root 4 plus h plus 2. And of course, h will cancel with the h, and we are finally left with 1 over root 4 plus h plus 2. Oops. Plus 2. And that one will be our final answer. Now, if this lesson helped you, don't forget to like, share with anyone you think needs it, and subscribe for more algebra made simple. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.